As his plan for replacing cash, checks, and credit cards with new personalized 666 barcode system were implemented, peace and order began to be re-established. Now, in tonight's program, our great world leader unveils stage 2 of his plan for the perfect world. The amazing new 666 biochip implant, guaranteeing you physical health and spiritual well-being at the punch of a computer key, plus the guarantee of lifelong security within the new 666 world order.
Have the vaccines, the life-saving vaccines, but they are not being used adequately everywhere, and thus this costs, of course, this is an enormous health cost coming along. If you look at the numbers, we have now 77% of the adults in the European Union vaccinated, or if you take the whole population, it's 66%. And this means 1/3 of the European population is not vaccinated. These are 150 million people. This is a lot. And not each and everyone can be vaccinated. So there are very small children, for example, or people with special medical conditions, but the vast majority could. And therefore, I think it is understandable and appropriate to lead this discussion now, how we can encourage and potentially think about mandatory vaccination within the European Union. This needs discussion. This needs a common approach, but it is a discussion that I think has to be led. And I've spoken to BioNTech Pfizer again about the children's vaccines, and here since yesterday also good news. They are able to accelerate. In other words, children's vaccines will be available as of December 13th. Finally, what vaccination is concerned. Vaccination, we have delivered to the European Union so far more than 1 billion doses of vaccines. We are glad to see that booster campaigns have started in many member states now. Here also the good news is, you might recall that during summer, the Commission concluded the third contract with BioNTech Pfizer, about 1.8 billion doses of vaccines. Now, overall, Moderna and BioNTech, from these, we will have 360 million doses of mRNA vaccines that will be delivered by the end of the first quarter, 2022. This is sufficient for all fully vaccinated Europeans to get a boost. That is good news, so go get it.
A new one world order will rise and then demand that all the world's people receive their scientific brand. I saw a tiny free program, computer chips so thin, implanted in men's foreheads underneath their skin.
In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
Implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers.
If you have a whole brain interface, everything that's encoded in memory, you could upload. You could basically store your memories as a backup and restore the memories. And ultimately, you could potentially download them into a new body or into a robot body. The future is going to be weird.
Linking all its bearers to the system's central brain, the master computer that over them will reign.
What you said about the European Chips Act, because it's an important step to create the physical brain for digitalization and to have it located to a certain extent in Europe.
The hour is soon coming when men will become machines.
It doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you if you take a genetic editing.
The RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shape in, you put instructions in the code to make that shape.
The future is already here. The future has begun. It's a new system. It changes us.
Watch out for 666 and the computer chip that is designed to strip you on your self-control.
It's you who are changed. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
Don't sell your soul.
Some people worry that you are changing what it means to be human.
That's the problem.
Just think of sensors planted into our brains.
This is our little device. That thing at the bottom is just to hold the threads in place because they're just like little fine wires.
Men's thoughts will be programmed by this new technology. Those who take the number, their slaves will always be. So hop into the story. If it's life and love you choose, then you'll follow the truth, and that mark you will refuse.
If you had to go on the run right now, where would you go?
We have 18 fugitives in 2 vehicles headed towards the Melbourne area.
Could you disappear without a trace?
Stand by for a release.
How long could you go without getting caught?
Eyes on.
Watch out for 666 and the computer chip that is designed to strip you of your self-control. Watch out for 666 and the computer chip that is designed to strip you of your self-control. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your soul. Watch out for 666. No!
We will hunt you,
We will find you.
and we will catch you.
One way.